I was thinking today about my problems and how obviously I don't come here to record the latest update on my problems, but it kind of struck me that as I look over some of the videos I've made so far, obviously I want to share the most positive thing I can. And yet, I think it's also important to let people know that I have problems. I mean, I have some pretty big problems. I can always compare them to the worst situation in the world that a human being might have, but I've had pretty big problems for a long time. And what amazes me, especially the older I get and the more I'm able to really feel what I've been shown to feel and what I know I can feel, the more I focus on that, it just really cracks me up sometimes that I almost have to remind myself that I have these problems, because it's not like I don't have to deal with them. I do have to deal with them, but it's always stunning and surprising to me, and that's one thing I love about knowing yourself, is what a surprise it is on every level. I mean, there's no way we can ever imagine what that feeling is going to be when we start to know who we really are and what is really inside of us and what it means that we're a human being and what it means to be conscious. There's no way to ever imagine what that's going to be. It's a constant shock, which I love, a constant surprise. It's a delight, because who doesn't love being surprised in a good way? And so it's always surprising to me that, when I stop and think, oh, I have this thing I have to deal with that's not very pleasant, or I have this relationship with this person that is not going the way I had hoped it would, and I don't know what to do about it, or whatever the problem might be. I mean, I have health problems. I've had those for a long time. And again, just really fascinating that there is a place in this life where we do make that choice. And it's pretty hard to make a choice not to focus on those problems if I don't have anything else to focus on. That's why I'm so grateful that I was shown a way to feel something other than those problems, or something other than the mundane day-to-day existence that I could be leading very easily. Instead, to be able to have a choice. And again, I don't know, I almost don't remember what it was like not to have that choice, because I've been able to do this practice and to feel this feeling for such a long time. But I mean, all I have to do is go one day without it to remember what it feels like not to have that connection. And it's never a judgment. It's never a criticism or a condemnation or condescending for me to say that I just can't imagine just going day after day after day and not having something so simple and something that resets me, something so natural and simple and beautiful, all those great words. I can't imagine not having a way to connect with that every single day, at least for as long as I can. And I was watching some people the other day in my building playing bingo, and there's a group that plays bingo once a week, and there was about 30 people in there, and it just struck me that during those 3 or 4 hours, 2 or 3 hours, that people are playing, they're so still. There's this, it's almost like a meditation. And the same thing was happening. I went into another room, and this lady was putting a puzzle together, and she actually said to me, this is how I calm down, and this is how I feel stillness and get away from the noise in my head. And it was just really sweet, because you could just see everybody wants that, and people try so many things. And so again, I have problems. And I forget that I have them because I also have something else that's just so much more real and so much greater. And as my teacher often says, problems are going to go from one person to the other. They just recycle. They just, as soon as they leave you, they go and attack somebody else. You know, it's nothing new. Everybody's got them. My problems aren't any different than people hundreds of years ago. So we have a choice. I love that word. Anyway, thanks for stopping by.